going to reach my left hand down towards the earth and let my crown of my head stretch over towards the right. You're going to feel a really nice stretch down that neck there as you stretch the fingers down, crown the head away. Tuck the chin down towards the chest. Come right back up. Let's go the other way, same thing. First, stretch those fingers down, and then let the crown of the head. It's like you've got this light beam right here. You're going to shine it over towards the side. Tuck the chin down towards the chest. Come right back up. Hands are going to surround your kneecap there, lifting the heart. Take the gaze up towards top of the ceiling right there, or top of the walls, and then exhale. Tuck the tailbone around the spine. Same thing again. Lifting the heart, lift the heart. The gaze will come up, but only because the heart is lifting, right? Just don't let the head fall back. So little cat and cow. One more time. And round. All right, sit up nice and tall. Walk your feet a little bit wider. And with this nice tall spine, I'm just going to roll around my hips. Lots of good sensations there in the hip. All right. Take the feet a little wide so that you can take this a little deeper. It's up to you. Morning. You have your choice of chairs today, Diane. And let's go the other way. Same thing. Working around. Keeping that belly pulled in so you're going to keep those core muscles fired on as you do this. All right. And all the way back up. Spiral up to the top. And with your right arm, reach out to your neighbor on the right like you're going to shake hands. It's going to come up and over. And then let's rainbow arc this back. So reach to the ceiling. I'm going to hinge right there at the hip and reach forward again. I am using my left hand to support as well, though. Same thing. Rainbow arc that up and over and reach beyond. Hand down, tuck the chin, and then roll the spine back up right there on the diagonal. All right, we're going to go the other way. Same thing. Belly pulled in. Reach that left arm out, up and over. And look behind. It comes up and over. And again, use that right hand there, reaching forward. You should feel this nice stretch come down the back. And again, up and over, reach over, drop the hand, drop the chin. Now pull that belly in on the diagonal, roll the spine right back up. Walk your feet back in, lifting up on that right knee. So I want you to press that low back forward here. Find the tip of the sit bones, and then let's just circle the ankle around. Nice, you're nice and tall here as you do this, and watch this, drop your shoulders. Okay, and then out to the side, I'm gonna look over to the left wall, and then as it comes back in front, I'm gonna switch hands and look over to the right wall. Got it? Let's switch hands, over. Switch hands, look over the right wall. And then one more time, over to the left wall. And keeping the leg there, just look back to the front, and we're going to circle that inward today. And again. One more. All right. Now, use your left hand, support underneath, and then I'm going to bring the toe up and down, and I'm just going to add my hand in it for fun. Why not? Yeah. All right. And then push that leg out. Bring it right back in. Push it out. I'm supporting you here. You don't have to. You can use the hand on the other leg as well. Push out and bring it right back in. And push it out, let it drop down, and it's going to pull you forward as well. Now you need to be sitting on the edge of the seat here. Little micro bend in that front leg. And hinge forward. Go ahead and look at the toes, but then bring the heart forward. Eyes up, everybody. Nice. Both feet on the ground, around the spine. Roll back up. Bring that other leg up with you. Circle the ankle. And then same thing here. I'm going out to the left, but I'm going to look to the right. Come right back in. Switch hands. Bring it a little more towards the midline here as you look the other way. And then again, out to the side. And in. So right away we do a little brain confusion too. And again. This is the last one. And then come right back to the front here. Now, come back to the front. Leave the leg there, and we're going to circle it in. Nice. Try to hold head over heart over pelvis. Yeah, there you go, nice and tall. I saw some of you sit up. Oh, okay. All right, so I'm going to switch my hand. I'm going to use my right hand underneath, and then here, just the toe up and down, just like the wrist is doing. All right. And now I'm going to push out, extend that leg, and pull it right back. Wrap that shoulder blade in around your spine. And again, out, pull it right back in, out, pull it right back in. And out, let it drop down. It's going to pull you forward. Hands on that right thigh. Hinge at the hip a little bit. Look down towards your toe first. And then bring the heart forward. Yeah, little baby cobra here. Nice. Both feet on the ground. Release down. Tuck the tailbone. Round right back up. All right. Press the hands forward. Roll back towards the tailbone. And then lift up. Turn to the right. All the way down. Breathe. Exhale to the front, deep breath in. Exhale, push forward, tuck the tailbone, drop the chin towards your chest, lift all the way up, and then float the arms down, looking to the left. Deep breath in. It's a little difficult on the side, isn't it? I know, everybody would agree, right? It's harder on the side there because you can't watch. You have to listen. We're going to hinge at the front, at the hip, all the way down. Now, a little tuck in the chin, like you're going to try to look under the chair. Then we're going to halfway rise. So your hands are going to slide up towards your knees. Heart comes forward. You got feet pressing into the ground. We're going to reach forward into chair pose. Now, put that tailbone back on the chair. You haven't rolled forward onto it. Put it on the chair, reaching forward. Deep breath in, nice and tall. And then I'm going to drop that left hand down to my knee, all right? To my right knee. Swing that arm down in front and let it reach right back up. You can come up. And again, swing it down and right back up. Swing it down, right back up. And we're going to switch. All right, so that right hand comes down. Drop that down. Brushing like you're going to brush the ground with that hand. All the way back up. And one more time. All the way back up. Both arms up. Deep breath in. We hinge forward. A little tuck in the chin. Halfway rise. Circle sweep. All right, and all the way up. Now, hands to the heart. Bring your feet in because we're going to get ready to stand up. And you have lots of choices. You can use the hands on the legs. You can use the chair if you need to. It's just fine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. We push and lift to the ceiling. Arms come all the way up if that works for you. Now, I'm going to push my hips over to the left and reach that right finger down towards my right knee. And then I'm going to stretch the fingers as far away from one another as they can. Come right back to the center, head over heart over pelvis. The hips are going to push to the right, and I'm going to lower down. Reaching fingers down and up. All the way back up. Deep breath in. From here, we're going to forward fold. Hinge at the hips, soften the knees. Halfway rise, slide the hands to the crease of the hip, squeezing the shoulder blades together. It's like you're going to look at a little dog right there in front of you, and then you're going to circle sweep and pick them up. Hold them right there in front. Nice. All the way up. Beautiful. Release back down. A little shake out. Grab a drink of water. Let's work around to the back of the chair. Oh, this music? Absolutely. Yeah, it was only there because it's too loud when I'm teaching the other class. And I can turn it down. No, you're right. I'm sorry. Okay, around to the back of the chair now. Downward facing dog. Hands on the chair. Step the feet back underneath the hips. Now, this is going to be your own adventure today. So I want you to move into downward facing dog, whatever your shoulders will allow. You're going to lower the heart towards the earth. I would say don't let the head fall below the arms right there. But you decide how deep you're going to take this downward facing dog. My knees are soft here. I've got my belly pulled in. I'm turning the tailbone to the back wall. So let's do that as well and feel that great stretch during the back of the leg. Full deep breath into the rib cage. Exhale. All right. And then taking the gaze over the chair. You're going to step the right foot in. You're going to roll up on that back toe. And then slide back, lift that front toe. And again, put that front foot on the ground, roll up, straighten the arms, take the gaze up if that works for you, and down. One more time. And step back to downward facing dog. All right, we switch and take the other foot, left foot in front, about halfway between you and the chair. And then roll back and let that front toe lift. Roll back towards the heel if that feels okay. And then roll towards the tip of the toe in the back if that feels good. And again. Adding that breath with it, put that little smile on your face. And all the way back to downward facing dog. All right, from here, bring the hands back to the thigh muscles. Bend the knees. We're going to reverse swan dive back up. Lead with the back of the hands all the way up. And forward fold. Halfway rise. Slide the hands towards the crease of the hip. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. And circle sweep. Come into that chair pose. Now, this time, check down and be sure you can still see your toes. All right? If you can't, you need to move the hips back. I'll show you from right here. If you can't see your knees, you need to move the hips back. All right? Let's bring the hands together at the heart first. Maybe that's a little bit easier. And then I'm going to take powerful pose. So I'm going to keep my elbows bent here. Yeah. The last piece of this I love. Take the gaze up as you turn the tailbone towards the earth and push the ceiling back up all the way down. Lovely. Come into mountain pose. So your heels are going to be right underneath your sit bones here, all right? And instead of locking the knees out, I want you to put a little micro bend in the knees, all right? That's, as opposed to this, a little bend. That's going to draw the tailbone towards the earth, all right? Pelvic floor is lifted. Pull the belly in. Lift the heart. Broaden these collarbones here. And then walk around the world just like this, all right? Forever. Resist that gravity pull. Yeah. All right. And then maybe bring the hands to the heart or the chair. I would invite you to try to close your eyes for a moment. If you need that chair handy, drop your hand to it. All right. And hands back down on the chair if you need it. I'm going to lift my right heel. So still in mountain pose. And every posture we do will come from this mountain pose. So these collarbones are always going to broaden. You have to resist this urge. All right. So I'm on my right ball of the foot. I'm going to let it leave the earth. Hinge at the hip. Shoot it way back. Toe ball heel goes down. That toe's turned out. We rise up into warrior one. Drop your shoulders. Lovely. Flip the palms out. And let the elbows draw back as the heart comes forward a wee bit more. Circle sweep. You're going to pick this imaginary beach ball off of your chair. Lift it right up. I'm hinged forward. Lift it to the ceiling. Come back to warrior two. One. Again, same thing. Pick that beach ball up. I'm going to hinge forward. Watch you're not bending in the knee. It's just at the hinge at the hip. Reaching all the way up. And this time step both feet together. Use the chair if you need to. And hands back to the heart. Let's lift that other heel. Just a little shift in the weight. Lift the foot. Hinge at the hip. Shoot that foot back. Toe ball heel. Warrior one. I love this posture, but I also like this when we open even more. So I'm going to press the elbows out to the side walls and back just a little, lifting the heart. All right, here we go. Circle sweep. I'm going to pick that beach ball up, lift it right up. So I have a long line from my fingertip to my heel here. Stretch further. Rise right back up. Arms out. Feeling a nice stretch in this hip flexor here. And again, pick up that beach ball again. How high can you get it? Depends on your shoulders for sure. You can even use one hand on the chair if that feels better. Stretch even further, lifting up. We're going to step that back foot in. Whoops, step back so you don't hit your face. We're going to forward fold. And halfway rise, slide up the legs. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. I put an ice cube on your back, all right? So you're not going to live like this with that. You're going to go, oh my gosh, is that cold? And then circle sweep all the way up. Beautiful. And release down. Step the feet out. And I'm going to turn the my toes to the corners of my imaginary box. I should have said that earlier for those of you on the side. You are in a little imaginary box here. And your toes are going to turn towards the diagonals there. Reaching the arms up and out. It's going to want to pull the shoulders up, drop your shoulders. Little micro bend in the knees. Connect the ribs to the hips right here as well. And I'm going to sink down. Let the elbows draw down. And they push right back up. These are sunflowers. Nope, moonflowers. There's no sun today. That's not why they're called. They really are called moonflowers. Yeah. And right back up. And one more time. And down. And right back up. All right. Turn the left toe to the front of your imaginary box. The right toe to the right. And we come into warrior two. So you're going to sink into that front knee. Now look and check. This knee should be over the ankle. This back leg should be straight. If you need to bring the foot in, that's okay. But I would say the further out you get, the better your balance will be in this posture. Let this little finger reach towards the back wall. Yeah. It's going to open the chest even more. And now I'm going to hinge, just touching my knee in front and then touching behind. Again. Now, keep your gaze with your right hand. And maybe that means you need that left chair or left hand on the chair to do that. But keep the gaze with the right hand going up and going back down. And we're going to hold this upward motion here. You can use the chair if you'd like. You could slide that hand down the leg, or you could slide it into your back right pocket there. Add a little bit of a bind to this. Now, notice, are our collarbones nice and broad still? Looks fabulous. Everything, I feel like this bind here gets us back in mountain pose. Yeah, lifting. Breathing deep. All right, let's find that warrior two. I'm going to look over my two-piece fingers here and slide towards that right wall and then come into a side angle, reaching to the ceiling. Maybe turn the gaze to the front now. Now, if we were going to take this into extended ankle pose, we'll float that towards this ear, outside of the ear, and then spiral that right rib cage underneath just a little bit more, maybe turn the gaze. Wow, fabulous. Really nice. Drop it down. Back to the center. We're going to come back to that star pose again. All right, toes are on the diagonal, or facing the diagonal of your imaginary box. Drop your shoulders, connect the ribs to the hips, put a little micro bend in the knees, squeezing the glute, like that tailbone come to the ground. Yeah. And you are solid here, all right? If a windstorm came along, which I understand is going to happen, yeah? You wouldn't blow over. Yeah. All right. So we're going to come into our warrior two. I'm going to turn the right toe to the front, the left toe, and settle into warrior two. So this time we're going to take this breath work this way. Deep breath in and exhale down. Maybe even add a little bend in the knee and a little straighten in the knee. Exhale. Again. Exhale. You know you're getting a good deep breath in when we do this, right? Deep breath in and exhale. All right, so now palm to the ceiling. We're going to go into reverse. You can use the chair here if you'd like. Our hand goes on the back thigh, or the hand slides around to your back left pocket. That's okay too. Turning the gaze. Broad collarbones here, right? And this bind allows more space to breathe. So take those deep breaths again. One more. All right, travel right back to warrior two. We're going to slide towards the left. Let that wrist rest. And let that arm float into side angle. Here we go. Lovely. And if we were going to come into extended side angle, you would let that arm float towards the side of the ear and then spiral that right rib cage or left rib cage underneath you. Maybe turn the gaze skyward. Extended angle. How lovely is that? Front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Breathe. All right, let's drop that down by the hip. All the way back to star pose. Get it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 star. Clap your hands and firmly. And back to the heart. Walk your feet back in. Downward facing dog. Now, any movements you need here that might feel good after that. Sometimes the back needs it. Sometimes the legs need it. Whatever you need there. And then we'll come to stillness. And what I'd like you to do is take most of the weight on the feet and in the torso. So fire on the core muscles here. Navel towards the spine, ribs and hips connected. So you can almost kind of lighten up on the hands. Because what we're going to do is we're going to lift just that right hand off of the chair momentarily, about 1/2 inch. And then release. Let's take the other hand. You've really fired on the core now. Just let that hand float up, just maybe 1/2 inch. And release. All right, hands back on the thigh muscles. Let's reverse swan dive back up. We'll take that little vinyasa. We forward fold, halfway rise, slide towards the crease of the hip here, and then circle sweep all the way down. Lovely. All right, shake out. Grab a drink of water and come back. All right, so I want you to put your right hand on the chair and turn to the left wall. Okay. Now, the mountain pose first, so we can take a hand off the chair. You don't need that. Okay. Just come into mountain pose right here. So this is when you have to listen, all right? But particularly those either on the side. You just have to pay attention to my direction here. Close your eyes for a minute if you want the chair, but be aware of mountain pose. All parts of your feet pressed into the earth. You feel the big toe mound, baby toe, heel lifted in the instep there, and press them into the ground. Okay, I'm going to come into a little balance, so I'm going to use the chair and lift that outside leg. So the left heel is going to leave the earth, and then maybe bring that left foot in. I'm still using the chair here, all right? Get everything back in mountain pose once again. And if you can avoid looking back to me, that's best, because looking back to me means balance is going to be harder, all right? So keep looking to the left wall. Now I'm going to hinge at the hip and shoot that foot back, way back, but keep the heel up and just put the ball of the foot on the ground. With that arm that's furthest away from me, you should reach it to the ceiling. Oh, plays well with others, follows directions well. Okay, now that arm that's up, what I want you to do is arc over to me. So you're going to feel that great stretch down the front of the left hip. All right, come right back up. This is our high lunge. I have a little micro bend in that back leg, and should you find balance, let that right hand leave the chair. It's up to you entirely. Keep it close, just pull some fingers away, whatever you'd like. Belly in, draw the inner thighs together. That may help a little more. All right, now I want both hands to come to the chair. And then you're going to look to me. Yeah. So let this left shoulder drop down underneath that right shoulder, and then spiral those left rib cage underneath you. Maybe turn the gaze over the right shoulder. I'm saying, like, what's going on back there? Twisted lunge. Beautiful. Let's ride right back up into high lunge. Deep breath in. And we're going to step that back foot in. Use the chair or shoot both hands to the ceiling. Doesn't matter to me. We're going to take this forward fold and halfway rise again. Our little vinyasa. Squeeze in the shoulder blades. That ice cube drops down from the heavens onto your back. And we circle sweep all the way up. Lovely. Okay. Rise up on your toes. And we tiptoe to the other side. Just for fun. Do you feel like a child when you tiptoe? Okay, so come into our mountain pose, facing the right wall. Little micro bend in the knees. All those things have to happen. Pelvic floor is lifted, belly in, chest is lifted, collarbones are broad. All right, then I'm going to lift that outside leg, the one that's furthest away from me, and I'm going to bring it into my leg just for a moment's balance. And then hinge at the hip, shoot that leg way back. Keep the heel up, just put the ball of the foot firmly on the ground. And then that body comes upright. One arm goes up. Let's try the other one right now as well. So see if we can come into high lunge first. You still need that chair, use it, please do. Wow. Amazing. All right, left hand goes to the chair. You're gonna take this little baby arc over to me. Feeling that great stretch down that right leg. All right, come right back up. Both hands on the chair. Drop that right shoulder and look to me. Twisted lunge. Yes, very nice, very nice. Maybe turn the gaze looking towards the left shoulder for completion of the spinal rotation. Yeah. Now, let's begin to think about mountain pose. All right, have we closed in on everything here? Or can we keep the chest open, collarbones still broad in twisted lunge? Yeah, nice. All right, come back to the side. One more time, one more chance for high lunge. One arm up, both arms if that works for you. Squeezing the inner thighs. And now we're gonna reach to the ceiling, step that back foot in, forward fold. Beautiful. Halfway rise. Circle sweep. And all the way up. All right, rise up on the toes, back to the front, back to downward facing dog. Why not, huh? Let's step the feet wide this time. So wider than chair width, if that's comfortable for you. And what I want you to do is keep the legs fairly straight and then just let the hips push over to the right. Ooh, that'll give you a nice inner thigh stretch. And then pass through the center, over to the left. Knees have a little bit of a bend in them, a little bit. Nice. Come back to the center toe heel, walk your feet in. Take the gaze over the chair, a little baby step into the chair. We'll get a little tricep workout here. A little chaturanga, I would call if we were regular yoga class. So from here, I'm going to bend the elbows, take the weight on my hands, and then push right back up. All right. Now, notice my elbows are going to tuck in. They're going to want to do this, right? I want you to slide them in right next to the body, coming down and back up. Get some tricep workout, a little strength in the arms. You don't need to go deeper than 90 degrees, really, but still just working the arms. Down and up. 2 more. Keeping that back straight. And 1 more. All right. From here, bend the knees. The tailbone is back, right? You can still see your toes. Come away from the chair. Come into our powerful pose. 1 arm, maybe 2. Be sure you can still see your toes. Turn that tailbone towards the ground as you lift the heart. And hold the ceiling up. Nice. All right. Shake out. Lovely. Great job. All right. Grab a drink of water. Come on back. We're going to balance today. We're going to do good old-fashioned tree pose. We haven't done that for a long time, it seems like. And as I say, everything comes from mountain pose, so we're going to get there right now. All right. Heels are underneath the sit bones. Press the feet down into your shoes or into the earth. So with intention, push that big toe mound into your shoe. And then maybe roll towards the baby toe. And then be aware of the heels. And then press all parts down into it. I have to soften my knees a little bit to do that, and that's a good thing. Tailbone to the ground. All right. Collarbones are nice and broad. All right. Lifting that right heel. We're going to go start easy first and then turn that heel. I'm going to take this away. Turn that heel into your ankle right there. That foot's still on the ground. I call this sapling pose. I don't know anybody else calls it. Hands at the heart or on the chair. It's up to you. So easy enough, right? Now, as we begin to lift that foot up towards the calf muscle, if you need that chair, grab hold. All right. So with intention, you're going to push that foot into your calf muscle there. You want to go to the thigh? Go ahead. That's okay. I'm not going there today. And should we find balance, maybe we have one hand on the chair. Maybe our tree has branches today. Maybe you need to go back to sapling pose for the day, and that's okay too. As the hands come back, bring the knee back. Again, you can touch it on the ground if you need to. We're going to come into airplane pose. And you can use the ground behind you if you'd like, or lift it and flex the foot or point the toe. Now, if you remember Bernoulli's principle, it's this rush of wind that comes up the front body and goes down the back body. So I want you to imagine that's what's happening here. You're an airplane. And that wind is lifting your front body. And you're nice and light. All right, both feet down, deep breath in. And down. You may need to shake that leg out. Okay, so back to mountain pose. Again, toes are on the ground, feel them down. And then we're going to lift that heel and turn that heel into the ankle on the right leg, on the right foot. And make, yeah, left, yeah, other one. Okay, using the chair if you need it. If not, this is pretty secure. If you're comfortable, take the hands to your heart. Now when we go to lift the leg, hands back down if you need it, it's okay. But feel what it feels like. Notice what it feels like to be balanced with a little less on the ground. All right, so as we begin to let that foot travel to the calf muscle, use the chair if you need to. Head over heart over pelvis will always be the most balanced when the bones are lined up. And choose your own adventure here with your arms. All right, we're going to come back in and come to our airplane pose. Hinge at the hip. Shoot that foot out, toe on the ground if you need it. It's just fine. Lift and lower, whatever feels good to you. Again, that Bernoulli's principle, how an airplane flies. That front body lifts, and the wind goes down the back body. One more breath. With intention, foot down, and step back so you don't hit your head. We're going to forward fold, halfway rise, and circle sweep, all the way up. Turn the palms to yourself so you can look at them. Notice what that does to the shoulders. It sort of flattens those shoulder blades out right there. All right, lowering the hands, still palms up here. And then we're going to take the palms out to the side. I want you to keep that tailbone to the ground. As we do this, we tend to take this hyperextension in the low back. So keep the tailbone and just press the arms, the thumbs back. Tailbone to the ground, pressing back, whatever is comfortable for you. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Will help you do this. And then we're going to get a big hug. Creep the fingers back. Breathe right between the shoulder blades. And then like you're taking your shirt off. Shake out. All right. Let's grab a drink of water and sit back down. Good work. Good work. All right, edge of your seat. We're not done. We're going to get our preform stretch in here. All right, leg comes up. Again, I want you to press that low back forward so it makes you sit up nice and tall. Let that knee draw up. Maybe draw it towards the side. And I'm going to give you another option. Maybe underneath. Maybe the calf. Maybe the ankle. This would be like almost seated half baby pose. But this is going to bring this leg across. The heel, our ankle goes right there on the knee. Now crossing your midline is not part of your practice. Then by all means, you can put that foot down on the ground. Oh, those of you that took Pilates yesterday, do you feel that today? I do too. Okay, this foot stays flexed. And you have a choice. You can always support this knee here. If you'd like to open this up, that's fine. The next thing is press that low back forward. Yep, everybody needs to grow it half an inch taller. And from there, if you'd like to hinge, is fine. But we want to get that back nice and straight first. And this is a stretch I would encourage you to do daily. All right, let's bring that leg up and over. Again, I'm going to cross my midline. If that's not part of your practice, you've been told not to do that. Just put the foot on the ground, hands at the heart. Inhale, long spine. I'm going to add this rotation here. And then opening the arms, using those core muscles to hold you in this rotation first, and then go ahead and let them drop down. But notice how this rotation sometimes will make this left shoulder drop. So I want you to think about getting that left shoulder up. So shoulders are going to be parallel to the ground. Yeah. And let's take this rainbow arc with this back hand, crossing it over in front and right in front. Drop the chin, breathe right between the shoulder blades. And we switch to the other side. All right, let's bring that knee up. Again, press that low back forward so you get this hamstring stretch and all the way into the low back. Right here, maybe out to the side. Maybe you want to lift it up. Grab the outside. Feels good. Okay, here we go. Up and over. And toe stays flexed. That protects the knee. Opening, supporting, whatever feels good. Again, you'd sit like this, you won't feel anything, right? But the moment you press that low back forward, grow 15 inches, you'll feel the difference. And then if you want to hinge from there, go ahead and try that. Try to let the muscles in the hip relax there. This is that muscle that runs right next to that sciatic nerve. Thank you very much. Who planned that, huh? One more breath. All right, so let's cross this over. And I just asked to do this because then you don't use the hands to twist. I want you to use your core muscles to twist. So nice and tall with the spine. And then exhale, use those core muscles. Extend the arms out if that feels good. And then let them float down. That's okay. That's all right. Now, once again, this right shoulder is going to want to drop. So lift that right shoulder up and get them parallel to the ground. You can cross your right hand over your knee there, Lynn. There you go. That'll help. Are you sitting square on both sit bones? Notice that, too. And then we're going to rainbow arc that arm back to the front. You fire on those core muscles to do that. All the way down. Drop the chin. Breathe right between the shoulder blades. And then release. Uncurl. Deep breath. Forward fold. Let's take this halfway rise again. And then circle sweep. All right. While the arms are up, lift one sit bone off and walk yourself back to the back. Then use those core muscles to do those obliques to do that. Get yourself all the way back to the back. And then a little massage on that back. Let's extend those legs out in front and arms out. Press the knuckles back again. And then grab hold. Drop your feet. Take a deep breath in. And just come to some stillness. So release the hands down and then those powerful jaw muscles. We've been busy smiling. Let go. No smile. And feel the muscles of the face relax, eyebrows unfurl, that front body sink into the back body. And check in with your body and see how you feel now, and how you feel different maybe from when you came in. Something feel better? I'm just going to say, does something feel different? And again, December's gifts, custom, ceremony, celebration, consecration. Come to us wrapped up, not in tissue and ribbons, but in cherished memories. This is the month of miracles, the oil that burns for 8 days, the royal son born in a stable, the inexplicable return of light on the longest, darkest night of the year. Where there's love, there's always miracles. And where there are miracles, there is great joy. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And bringing the hands together at your heart. Eyes open, soft gaze. Remembering a heart at peace shall give life to the whole body. Namaste. Wow, y'all are on today. Nice work. Nice work. Okay. So next week is